Okay, so we've all seen them, right? Those articles that just scroll forever, promising genius life hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. You know, they're packed with these quick tips and supposedly clever tricks. But have you ever really stopped to think about what's hiding inside those lists? I got curious, so I decided to dive deep into one of them, and I want to show you what I found.
And, it starts off promisingly enough. It gives you hacks just like this one. Super simple, actually useful, and it costs you nothing. You grab a clothespin, use it to hold a nail, and boom, no more smashed thumbs. I mean, that's a classic, right? A genuinely good DIY tip. It's exactly what you expect to find in an article like this.
But then I kept scrolling. And as I went through all 100 plus of these so-called hacks, this little question started nagging at me. Are all of these tips really this simple and helpful? Or is there something else going on underneath the surface here?
So, to get to the bottom of it, here's what we're going to do. First, we'll look at the promise of these hacks. Then, we'll uncover a pattern that's hiding in plain sight. After that, we'll break down something called the advertorial formula, compare a real hack versus a fake one, and finally, we'll put together a little digital toolkit for you. I mean, the appeal is pretty obvious, right? Life gets complicated, and these hacks feel like they're giving us simple, clever solutions. They kind of tap into that desire for a little bit of control, like a small victory over those everyday frustrations. And that's exactly what this article promises. A whole treasure chest of fixes to save you time, money, and a whole lot of hassle. So as I got deeper and deeper into this list, I started to notice this clear divide. Some of the hacks felt totally familiar and legit, but others, they felt different, way different. And that's when a pretty clear pattern started to pop out, separating the real tips from whatever else was going on.
So on one side, you've got stuff like this, using a coin to fix a wobbly piece of furniture. It's a total classic DIY fix, right? It costs maybe a few cents, and you probably have a coin and some glue lying around anyway. This is our baseline. This is what a life hack is supposed to be.
And then you get this. And I'm not kidding, this was literally hack number 1. You feel that shift? All of a sudden, we've jumped from a simple coin fixing a table to this super high-pressure warning about big pharma. That doesn't really sound like a helpful tip, does it? It sounds a whole lot like a sales pitch. And that's the key word right there, because this whole tactic actually has a name. It's called an advertorial. Basically, it's an advertisement that's dressed up to look and feel just like a regular article. It's designed to blend in with the real stuff, get you to lower your guard, and then try to sell you something. Okay, and this is where it gets really wild. We went through and categorized all 105 hacks in the article, and, well, just look at this breakdown. Only about 29% of them are actual, DIY tips. A whopping 71% are just ads in disguise. This thing isn't a list of life hacks. It's a shopping mall.
So you might be wondering, how do they pull this off so effectively? Well, it's not random. These ads aren't just sprinkled in. They follow a very, very specific and repeatable formula. It's a recipe designed to take a problem you have and turn it into a sale. And we're going to break that formula down step by step.
You'll see this pattern over and over. First, step 1, they pinpoint a super common problem. We're talking wrinkles, back pain, hair loss, you name it. Then, step 2, they introduce some kind of secret or weird solution. To really hook you, they move to steps 3 and 4. They invent a powerful enemy, like Big Pharma, and create this false sense of urgency, like watch this before it's taken down, and it all funnels down to the final step, a big flashing button telling you to watch now or shop now.
And this is what really shows you how much of a copy-paste job this is. You see the exact same phrases again and again. You've got scientists discover, which they use for everything from tinnitus to hair loss. Or how about the industry does not want you to see this? That one pops up for prostate issues and blood sugar problems. It's literally a template. And trust me, once you see it, you can never unsee it.
The absolute best way to see the difference here is to put a real hack and one of these product pitches right next to each other for the exact same problem.
All right, let's talk about opening a stubborn jar. We've all been there. The real DIY hack, which was hack number 36, suggests using a piece of tape to get a better grip. It's smart, it's free, it works. Then you have the product hack, number 4, which just tells you to go buy a gadget called the cap clack. See the difference? One gives you a skill, the other just gives you a link to a store.
Okay, so now that we've completely deconstructed this thing, what do we do? How do we deal with all this disguised marketing? Look, the goal isn't to just give up and stop reading stuff online. It's about learning to read smarter. So let's build a quick mental toolkit you can use.
Here it is. This is your critical reading checklist. The next time you stumble on one of these genius hacks, just quickly ask yourself these questions. Does it need me to buy one very specific product? Is it talking about a secret that some big, powerful industry is trying to hide? When you click the link, does it go to instructions or just a sales page? And does it promise some kind of miracle cure? If you're answering yes to these, yeah, you're probably looking at an advertorial.
And honestly, that's the real takeaway here. The most valuable life hack we can learn has nothing to do with clothespins or wobbly tables. It's about digital literacy. It's about training our brains to spot the difference between genuine, helpful advice and a well-disguised sales pitch.
So I'll leave you with this. The next time you come across one of those articles promising genius hacks, what's going to be the first thing you look for? That made-up enemy? That urgent buy now button? Or that link that goes straight to a shopping cart? Because just being aware of the game, well, that's the first and most important step to winning it.